Welcome to part 2 of Destiny Taken King with King Lizzard.
What does it mean to be a Titan? As a Titan, you are a part of the city in a way no warlock or hunter could understand. The dream of the city rests upon our shoulders. Then there are those that find a path outside our walls. Those that take up with leaders they barely understand. So it has ever been with the SUNBREAKERS. The hammer of soul is a flame in the darkness, but fire burns without thought. It is time that fire came home, to keep the city and her walls warm throughout the long night. A legion of SUNBREAKERS was spotted near a Vex gate in the Ishtar Sink. They do not stay in one place for long.
Okay, so that was the beginning. Basically, this is the Titan's initiation mission in order to open up his new subclass. Each of the classes in the game, the Hunter, the Titan, and obviously the Warlock, all have their own separate parts of stories for this particular initiation phase. So in this case, as a Titan, I've got to go through this particular mission in order to gain my new ability, which is that new hammer power. Very, it is a really, out of the new subclasses, it is, in my opinion, the most impressive of the subclass improvements. I mean, the Warlock one's pretty cool too. The Hunter one's okay. It's kind of a tether, like a some kind of void tether that does damage to the initial target while locking the other targets up against a ball. So it's like keeping them out of your way, if you like, or under control. I'm not sure if it damages the other targets. I think they get a little bit of damage from the one that blows up, but in general it will just kind of tether them together. The Warlock one is like a lightning strike thing that happens. That's okay, that's not bad, but I really do like this, this Titan one, which is why I've chosen to video and present this one, because I thought it was the most impressive of the new subclasses. That's one of the advantages, obviously, of having 3 characters and they're level 30s or higher, is the ability to jump straight in and get these new missions done. So before you can play the Taken King DLC, you do obviously have to play the other DLCs, the Dark Below and the House of Wolves, in order before it'll let you get onto this. I don't know what happens if you just buy the Taken DLC or Taken King DLC, I'm not sure. Hopefully it will let you play it if you don't have the other 2. But it's so far looking quite promising. I've only played between the 3 classes, I've played about 12 missions, and I think that some of the other missions between the character classes are also different, not just this initiation one. I should have really recorded them all, but I wasn't expecting them to be different, unfortunately. I might get a chance to go back in at some point. I don't particularly want to blow away my character and go through the whole thing again, that's for sure. But as I said, initially I chose this one because I thought it was the most impressive of them anyway. Graphically, the game in places just looks really crisp. It looks like it's had a bit of an overhaul graphically. I might be wrong. I haven't played this for a while because I was a bit disgruntled with the Taken King DLC prices and stuff. What I did do in the end is actually trade in my 2 original copies of Destiny, one on Xbox 360, one on Xbox One, and then went out and bought the new game with all the DLC for 35 quid. And that's a lot better than paying £40 for DLC only. I was quite surprised the community took it as well as they did, really. A little bit disappointed in that, to be honest. I think it's a bit ridiculous, the amount of money they were asking for people that already owned all of the other content. However, software companies these days seem to get away with blue murder. Anyway, enough of that. I got good value for money in the end by doing what I did and trading in my 2 previous copies and then buying the full version of everything. Now, the patch download, the 2.01 I think it is, or 2.001 patch, which obviously is the Taken King update, is actually all of the Taken King content as well. So when you buy the new version of the game, all you get in the box is a code, and you put that code in and the game then just opens up automatically. There's no new downloading or anything. So, you know, you don't have to download gigabytes before you get to play. The great thing is, obviously, if you already own Destiny anyway, there's pretty much little to do at all, because the game's already on the system. If you trade it in like me. Obviously, if you're buying the game from scratch, you'll at least have to install Destiny and get the updates, so that'll take a bit of time. So just fighting through these Vex here, using one of my old fusions from the House of Wolf there and a Fawn pistol. Obviously with these guys, just shoot them in the stomach or in the abdomen and get rid of these guys, and then we've got a very large Hydra to dispose of. Get a few shots in on him there, a few poisonous shots. This thing does additional damage because obviously it does kind of burn away at them. Quite a few Vex spawning down there. Keep my distance for now. All red eye shots, these guys, or abdomen shots. Taking care of them quite nicely, this Fawn here. Well, these are only level 20 something guys. And these aren't the major difficulty guys you got in the strikes. The strikes now level 41, they're quite brutal. Not something I could do on my own anymore. Some of the strikes I could, but it's going to take a long time. One of the strikes that I was trying on my own was, so many times I got to just before defeating the boss and died like 1,000 times and kind of gave up with it. But I think they're definitely a lot harder. Obviously at level 41 you'd expect them to be anyway, but you know, help is definitely required at these high level 41 strikes, that's for sure. They do have a new strike list which isn't as high. I think it's level 36 strike list, I think. So got rid of that guy, he's history.
The gate's offline.
I've just got an upgrade for one of the parts, a nice blue engram. Deploy our ghost, and in we go. So that's the first part of the initiation to work towards getting our new subclass. It's actually the next mission that unlocks that power. So keep an eye out for the next part of this video and you will see what the new Titan subclass can unleash. Hell on earth, quite literally. Well, thanks for watching. Please take the time to rate and subscribe. I'll be back again soon with more Destiny action from the Taken King in part 3 very shortly.